Hi everyone, thank you for checking out the video. My name is Sujit Unni. I am the Chief Technology Officer here at Paysafe. And over the next 30 minutes, I'd like to talk you through Paysafe as an organization, how we are pivoting our business, the critical role DevOps and tooling plays in our transformation, and our choice of GitLab as a partner in our tooling journey. I'll start with an overview of Paysafe. Paysafe is a payments platform. We, in a sense, provide both payment services and payment acceptance services to both the B2B and the B2C side of the segment, right? Our B2B ecosystem has about close to 400,000 merchants, largely in the US, Europe, and Canada. And we process about close to a little over $100 billion in transactions annually within the B2B part of our ecosystem. On the B2C side of our ecosystem, we've got a digital wallets offering under the brands of Skrill and Neteller, and we've got a cash digital ecosystem, which we kind of run under the brand of Paysafe Cash. Between the wallets and the Paysafe Cash ecosystem, we've got close to about 15 million active customers. In terms of our geographical footprint, like I said, our B2B side of it is largely in the US, Europe, and Canada. But our B2C ecosystem actually supports close to about 120 countries all over the world, which is where these 15 million odd customers come from. So all in all, totally global business, wide geographical spread. And as a result, as the saying goes, it's 5 o'clock somewhere for Paysafe at any given point, right? So we are by definition required to be a very highly available ecosystem, and just given the nature of our business, are a very data intensive ecosystem. As we start to look at the business going forward, what I'd like to do is give you a view of what powers our business today, just so that we kind of ground this conversation in some kind of a baseline. At the core of our business is our dev community, right? So we are a team of about close to 1,200 developers, globally spread, very large hubs in North America, Sofia, Bulgaria, India, and Vienna, Austria, right? And it's these 1,200 developers that largely provide most of the functional features that we roll out across our ecosystem. In terms of maturity, we as an organization are relatively kind of mature to the extent that we are an agile organization, have been so for several years, right? Very heavily focused towards a metrics driven measurement ecosystem, so that we are constantly improving. Like I said, our agile capabilities have been fairly mature for a while. There are parts of our ecosystem where we do close to about 80 odd new feature releases every month, right? And we kind of did a lot of the early kind of growing in terms of moving our testing left and stuff like that a couple of years ago, right? Now this team of 1,200 developers largely works on a set of core platforms, about 5 of them, which we largely leverage to provide cross business capabilities for the 3 businesses that we work in, right? Very much a product mindset, so we are kind of building out product features in the construct of 3 business units that I talked about, right? Wallet features, eCash features, or payment acceptance features, which we then roll out, right? And security, of course, is at the core of our business, right? We are at the end of the day a payments platform, and we're only as good as our security is. So we've had a fairly mature ecosystem around managing SaaS, DaaS, SCA kind of scenarios and for our business. As we start to look at the next few years, right, our desire is largely to start to continue to mature this platform, primarily around 2 business aspects, right? The first is increasingly we want to kind of move the organization from a product mindset to a platform mindset, largely with the intent of kind of focusing on customer outcomes and not specific products, right? So a classic example here being, if I was a customer, right, and I want to pay a merchant, rather than kind of give them an offering that says, hey, pay through your wallet, or kind of say, use the eCash product to pay for it, or use your credit card, what we want to be able to do is give the customer the optionality where he can choose whatever he wants based on the channel that he's in, the moment that he's in, right? So if he's in the store, he can choose to use a card, or he could choose to use his wallet. But our intent is very much to provide that omni-channel experience over the next several years. The other big kind of opportunity that we see within our business is that as we start to build this integrated platform out, we think that bringing the data and the risk aspects of our business together actually allow us to start to kind of recognize alternate revenue streams outside of the more traditional revenue streams that we have within our businesses today. And then, of course, underpinning this business outcome very much is our technology, right? And we've kind of looked at our technology organization and said, for us to be successful, there are three pillars, right? The first pillar, of course, is making sure that we have the right architecture, right? Which is pretty much the classic story that most organizations are going through, where we are taking heavily siloed monolithic technology assets and then starting to decompose them into microservices that are more modular and can be offered out independently, right? The second aspect of our transformation journey is very much the automation and the tooling, right? To the extent that we can actually build out the right pipelines and the right degree of automation, we definitely are more agile in the market. And the last pillar, and probably the most critical pillar, is our culture, right? At the end of the day, culture kind of makes or breaks an organization, and we actually see the technology and the tooling more so, to be very critical to defining that culture of the organization.